My name's Mel, welcome to my world, and if you're new to my channel, it's all about van conversions. Well, camper van conversions. I take a standard box van and turn it into a camper van, just like this one. And if that's something that interests you, then please do consider subscribing to my channel. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you very much. I really do appreciate your support. Now, this video, I'm going to talk about a reoccurring question, a question that comes up quite often, so I decided to make a video to try and answer that question. And that question is, where did you buy that from? Where did you get those switches? Where did you get your mattress? Actually, my mattress, 5 people this week alone have asked me where I got my mattress from. Where did I get my little wall lights and ceiling lights? And you get the idea, that's what it's all about. This question comes up all the time. Where did you buy your sink? Where did you buy your heater? So this video, in the description box down below, I'm going to try and put links to everything that I bought for this van, just so that it's somewhere for you guys to come to look and see where I got stuff from. And also you can order, obviously you can click on the link and order stuff. Just makes it really simple. This is going to be your shopping list. Sounds like a shopping channel now. But honestly, it's not a shopping channel. It's just, I want to try and make this video a go-to place. And also, if you do click on any of the links and they don't work, then do leave a comment in the below or send me an email. My email address is in the About Me section. But do get in touch and let me know that the links are broken so I can come back here and update it as and when necessary. That's what I'm going to try and achieve anyway. A go-to place to order stuff for your camper van. To save you searching eBay. It just save you a bit of time, really. Now, another question I also get asked while we're talking about finances is, how much did your van cost? What did the conversion cost? Well, the actual van itself I bought from auction, so I got it at a bargain price. And if you are thinking of going to an auction to buy a van, consider going to a car auction rather than a van auction. Now, at a van auction, obviously you're going to have hundreds of vans there and you have loads to choose from. But bear in mind, everybody at that van auction is there to buy a van, so the prices remain relevant. But if you go to a car auction, where vans do go through occasionally, they tend to go a little bit cheaper because most people there are there to buy a car. Makes sense, right? So that's my theory on that anyway. But what you want to know is, how much did the actual conversion cost? What did I spend on everything? And it all come to a grand total of, now bearing in mind, I did buy everything brand new for this van. Nothing's recycled, much to my shame. I've done that in the past. Right, and use second-hand stuff, but everything in this conversion was brand spanking new, and it came to £2,274 exactly. Now, you can probably save a lot of money by going down the second-hand route and the recycling route, for sure. But for the purpose of this video, this is how much everything costs brand new. Well, that's quite cheap, really, when you consider what you end up with. So yeah, hopefully that answers that question. Now, another question that's come up quite recently is, when are you going to do your smoke test? Now, if you are new to my channel, when I fitted my heater, I did it in such a way that I would be drawing in cold air from outside, and a lot of people doubted that it would work. So in my defence, I said I would do a smoke test. I would get a smoke pellet, I'd put it outside the van to demonstrate the air flowing through the van. And the reason I want the air coming in from outside the van into the van is because it's such a small space. If the air is recirculating, well, this is my theory anyway, it's just theoretical. If the air is recirculating inside the van, it's going to get stale and the condensation is going to build up, and condensation in a van is quite an issue. It can become an issue because your mattress goes mouldy and you get mould in your insulation. But this van, the insulation is completely moisture. It's got a moisture barrier all around it, so that shouldn't be an issue. But getting back to that, getting back to the heater, my theory was that if I drew air in from outside and then heat it and then blow it out through the vent in the roof, I've got this continual supply of fresh air going through the van. And another thing is, my heater is a 5 kilowatt diesel heater. Now, a lot of people say that these heaters, because when they're running on low, if you have one on a low setting, they soot up because the diesel's not burning properly, and you get soot build up inside the heater, and eventually they stop working. So everyone will recommend that you turn the heater up full, run it for a couple of minutes on full blast before turning it off to burn off the soot. But my theory was, if I'm sucking in really cold air from outside, then the heater's got to work that little bit harder. Yeah, I'm going to burn more fuel, but I'm not going to have to keep turning it up every time I want to turn it off. So it's kind of balances it out really. It kind of evens it out, and it will stop the heater from sooting up because it's got to work that little bit harder. It won't be running on such a low setting. That's what I was hoping anyway. And so far so good. The heater's working fine, but because I've got a piece of cowling missing under my bonnet, I can't do the smoke test. Now there's this space under my bonnet, and for a little while I was thinking, what's missing? There's something missing from there. You know, when you think something ain't quite right. Well, I've got this big space, and it's actually the cowling under the bonnet that directs the air through the vents in the bonnet and into the cab. So the air is supposed to flow from the top of the bonnet. You'll see vents on most cars have these vents across the bottom of the windscreen on the outside, and the air's supposed to flow in through those vents, through your heater matrix and into your cab. Well, on a Transit there's a piece of cowling that sits above the engine, and it looks to me that someone's taken that piece of cowling off to service the engine, and they've forgotten to put it back. So as it stands at the moment, all the air coming into my cab through the heater and through the vents in the dashboard is actually coming in through the engine bay, like directly from the engine bay. So if I ever get an exhaust leak or any leaks or anything, the fumes are going to come into the cab area. So I really do need to sort that out. I really do need to get one of these pieces of cowling. And I've been going to breakers yards quite recently. Every breakers yard I go to a Transit. If I see a Transit in there, I'm like, oh, can I have a look under the bonnet? And it's always missing. This piece of cowling is always missing. So and I don't know what it looks like, so I can't. Or maybe I will. Maybe I'll just order one off eBay, because I've seen them on eBay, but there's all different shapes and sizes. So maybe I'll just try and do a bit more research. Yeah, but I really must get this piece of cowling, especially now the summer's coming, because I don't want hot engine gases coming into the cab area. I want to be able to use my aircon at the end of the day. And, yeah, the last thing I want to do is driving down the road breathing in engine fumes. So I do need to get that piece of cowling, and as soon as I've got it, I will do the smoke test. Not just to appease those people, the doubters, but for my own peace of mind as well, because I want to see if it works. At the end of the day, I want to know if I'm right or not. So yeah, don't worry, I've not forgotten. I will do the smoke test, but before I do that, I do need this one piece of the puzzle that is missing, is the cowling from under my bonnet. So hopefully that clears that up and answers that question. Yeah, I think it was easier to answer that question on video than it was to write it all down. Excuse me. Now another question I get asked is, do I regret buying a van with a semi-high top as opposed to a high top? Well, I did buy this van on a bit of a whim, because I went to the auction to look at some Sprinters, but they were rotten, and as I was walking out of the auction, this van caught my eye, and I had to walk around it. I thought, oh, it's really clean. And then as soon as I saw in the window, in the description, that it had aircon and cruise control, that was it. I thought, that's sold, I'm having that. Because of the aircon, cruise control, heated front screen, it's got yeah, automatic wipers, all that good stuff, loads of gadgets, because this is a Transit trend. So yeah, if you're in the market to buy a Transit and you want to convert it into a camper, look out for a Transit trend, because they have all the extras, and that in itself makes up for not having the high roof. Yeah, I don't mind bending over a little bit, because when I drive it, it just makes that driving experience much more pleasurable. At the end of the day, most of the time spent in the van, I'm sat down or laying in bed. So yeah, it doesn't bother me at all that it's got that much missing off the top of the roof. It's only like 6 inches, I think. Now, talking about the bed, that's the other thing that I've noticed. Because I built this van pretty much the same layout as my other Transit that I did, the first one I ever did, it was a high roof, and I could actually sit up in bed. But in this, because it's got the lower roof, I can't actually sit up in bed. So that's the only thing I would probably change, is the height of the bed. I'll bring it down a little bit, and I'll show you what I mean. If I do this, the top of the mattress, if I was to bring this down level with the work surface, then I'd be able to sit up in bed, but I would lose the cupboards under the bed. Maybe I'll put some drawers there or something, but for now I'm going to leave it as it is, because I haven't actually used the van yet, and I have built this van in such a way that I can change things around quite easily. There's nothing behind the walls except for this one light up here and that light up there. They're the only wires, oh, and the fan and the ceiling lights, but they're all up high. All the wiring is up high. Everything else, all the pipe work for the gas, the water, the heater, everything's underneath the counter. So I could even move this counter over to there if I wanted to. And that's why I built this van in this fashion, so that I can use it. And I think, oh, I don't quite like the way that's set out, I can change it around. That's the really nice thing about this van. I absolutely love it. I think I've done a really good job, even if I do say so myself. So yeah, if there is anything in this van that I regret doing, I can change it really easily. That's why I built it the way I did. And all my light switches are on the bulkhead, so they can stay there no matter how I have the counter, no matter where the bed is. The light switches can stay exactly where they are, and that's why I laid it out the way I have. Hopefully that answers that question. Right, well, I think I've waffled on long enough now, so I'm going to cut this video short, well, shortish, because the whole purpose of this video was originally to give you a shopping list, and that's the title of this video. I'll probably put something like shopping list for van conversions, maybe something like that. So yeah, this video is your go-to place if you want to buy any of the products that I've used. Yeah, I'm going to put them all in the description. I'll put links there as well, so that it's easier for you guys to find stuff. But everything in this van I bought from eBay, so it should be quite simple for me to just put links in the description. Hopefully this helps someone. Hopefully it saves you a bit of time as well. But if you do come across the link and it doesn't work, then do please let me know, so that I can change it and update it. And I will keep coming back here and updating it over a period of time. So yeah, this is going to be, also it helps me because I know I can come to this video and I know exactly where I bought stuff. Saves me looking through my purchase history on eBay. So yeah, I'm helping myself as well as helping you, hopefully. That's the theory anyway. Yeah, I hope that works. Okay, well, I'm going to go because I am waffling on now. So thanks for watching, and thank you everyone for your support. I really do appreciate it. And before I go, yeah, I'm going to announce that I've got another project lined up for next week. Next week, hopefully, I'll be starting a new van build, completely different layout. Yeah, I'm going to leave you on that cliffhanger. So if you want to see that, if you want to see me build another van, do subscribe and do hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra for now.